This video is going to cover the steps that we must take and are required prior to beginning to work on a project. What you'll need to do is come to a computer again that has access to the project tracking system and enter your username and password as you've done before when you were clocking in and clocking out. It's going to take us directly to our home page, and what we're going to do now is you've probably been provided with a copy of the job ticket and or the job number that you've been asked to work on. We're going to use for the example today of this job 35537, and what we need to do is all of the independent items that are required to complete this job are going to be located in this drop down box. So what we have here is scanning 11 by 17, scanning some color, scanning C work, endorsing some text, creating some CDs, as well as OCR on the PDF images. For our example, what we're going to do is scan some C work, and then the button right up here, we're going to start this work. And what that does is, before my queue is empty here, when I hit start work, that's going to autofill this queue here that says this is the job number that I'm working on, this is the date that I started it, and this is the time that I started it, and gives a quick description. It's also very important that if there are multiple items within that job, and what I mean by that is if there are 11 by 17s or color or some oversize, that we select those on the front end prior to beginning. So I'm going to also include that there's some 11 by 17s in there. The reason we do this is to ensure that we capture all of our revenue that has been done on this particular project and we're not missing anything. So what that did was that added the 11 by 17s as well, so it's the same job number, but it just includes 11 by 17s and scanning C work. Okay. Once you're done with that, you're done with the system as far as the beginning of your work goes. And so what we'll do now is we'll move to, you'll begin scanning, and once you're done with completing the task that you've been asked to complete, we'll come back to the system, and then we need to put our information and the details about what we just did back into the system. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the scanning C work again, and this is how you complete your work. And it's going to show us that here's the scanning C work, here's the job number, here's the date it was created. I'm going to say I did box 1 and I did the entire box. Okay, if you like to select a machine here, you can certainly do that. And if you have a progress report, here's box 1. I'm going to say that I scanned 2,500 pages, and the system automatically calculates and summarizes everything. Here's our start time, here's our stop time, and I'm going to submit that there. Now remember, we still have left in our queue, there was 11 by 17s as well, so I'm going to click on that also just to ensure that we capture everything. And the same thing, I'm going to put box 1 in here. I did all of it. I did it on this same machine here. And as far as a progress report item, there's box 1, and we'll just say for the sake of this example there was 10 11 by 17s, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that there. Now you can see once we've done all that, it takes everything out of my work in progress. So once that my queue is empty, that tells me that okay, I've accounted for everything that I did and I'm ready to move on to my next task. You can go talk to your manager and our supervisor, pass what you've done on to QC, and you're ready to move on to your next task.